Okay, so at the request of Gabby, I'm going to read a little bit more of my poetry. But I will be reading it from my phone this time because I haven't had time to practice it or rehearse it because I've been busy and I really don't want to mess it up, but I still want to share it. So here we go. The high-backed armchair. Taller than the rest of the furniture, close enough to the TV that your eyes don't have to strain to see it. The scuffed arms expose the cushion underneath, the pale teal stained with blotches of tea. The anti-massacre that's draped over the top is the only pristine part. You wash it regularly, bleach it when it's stained, so now the white fabric is itchy and rough. Over the years, the chair has moulded to your body, cradles you, while you fill out crosswords or knit, the needles clicking as your fingers work the wall. I cannot imagine that chair without you in it. I fear for the day that I might have to. Fragments of my grandfather. His dressing gown, all red silk and paisley patterns, still hangs on the back of the bathroom door. His worn leather loafers, cracked from the heat, still sits next to her tan sandals. His pipe sits atop the mantel in the living room, flanked by their wedding photos. The glass bowl in the dining room is home to his novelty collection of lighters in the shape of neon signs, landmarks and tourist attractions, mementos of where he had been. Photos of him with past versions of me litter the walls and shelves. After 6 years, the apartment still has a hint of his cologne and tobacco smoke. The routine of solitary. 35 days. It starts with boredom that works its way into your brain. 300 push-ups, the clink of guards' keys as they do the morning checks, next door's toilet flushes. I'm confined to this grey box 23/7. For 1 hour I'm allowed outside, in a chain-link cage 37 steps by 42. Even overcast days singe my eyes. I forget the way night air feels on my skin, the way grass feels under my feet. Escorted from place to place, heavy shackles weighing down my ankles and chafing the soft skin of my wrists. 300 star jumps, next door's tap is leaking again. Drip, drip, drip. I crave polite conversation, a simple good morning, thank you, how are you? Rather than, hands on your head, face the wall, don't talk. 300 sit-ups, a cockroach crawls over the wall, rain batters the window, next door's bed frame scrapes across the concrete, condemned to a life of 2 by 12. Longing for. The weight of another person, a dip in the bed next to me, an arm draped across my waist, slender fingers interlock, squeeze tight, stop my hands from shaking. Brown and orange curls intertwine like our legs. Heat spreads from her, it seeps into my skin, covers my cold bones. Her lips pressed against my back to anchor me, stop my mind from being a boat marooned in an ocean of overthinking and self-doubt. Whispers that float into my ears, swim through my body, settle on my heart. Soothe it until it's a steady beat, comfort only she can provide. Afterlife 1. Valkyrie. I sit astride my horse, I feel her whinny under my armoured thighs, flanked by my sisters, we observe the battles below us. Swords ring as they hit each other, flesh is ripped apart, screams of pain and victory. My heart is steady in my ribs, it no longer bounces with excitement. I watch dual clench as Freya takes her half of the fallen, escorting them to Folkvanger, her great and fair hall. The rest are left for us to collect, to take to Valhalla, where they will be greeted by spears and shields trapped in a perpetual cycle similar to mine. They fight and feast, killing their friends for sport, all in preparation for Ragnarok. My sisters twitch, white-knuckle grips on their swords, shields strapped to their forearms, storms in their eyes. The reins are limp in my leather-bound hands, my sword remains in its sheath, ready to plummet into the slaughter. Afterlife 2, Folkvanger. Vines peppered in yellow and amber flowers crawl up the ochre walls. Their fallen petals blanket the hall, never rotting. You can rest now. Her voice curls around the ears of the newly dead, soothing them. The words come from a woman at the centre. Her pale hair weaves between hawk feathers, pooling around her reclined body. Freya. She sips on cherry wine, midnight eyes surveying her home over the rim of her glass. Cats with a fiery fur prowl through the hall, winding between the legs of the dead, nuzzling their hands. There aren't only fighters here, mothers, wives, and children accompany the warriors in this afterlife. I'm a cover-up. I paint on a mask of confidence. Sweeps of copper, ochre, and pearl exaggerate the blues of my eyes, taking the attention away from the red lines that crawls across the white. Dust peach across the apples of my cheeks, sweep bronze powder underneath. Layer concealer under my eyes to cover up the purple tinge, swipe crimson balm across my lips, soothing teeth marks and splits. But when I look in the mirror, it cracks. Burried. I've hurt myself. Never enough to scar. I wouldn't want that good girl image to ruin. I'm the sensible one, the one who sits during family arguments, only moves when people run away or to flinch out of the way of thorny words. I'm not allowed presents in my home. My anger stays sizzling under my skin. It doesn't boil, frothing out of my mouth. My problems are mine. I stash them away in bags and boxes I slide under my bed. I sleep on top of them, drag blunt scissors across my fleshy hip to try and quiet the whispers that creep from underneath me. And that's it. Sorry that none of them were particularly pleasant or happy this time, but yeah, that's just the ones that I wrote. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry if I pronounced any of the words in the 2 afterlife poems wrong. Probably should have asked my Swedish or Norwegian friends, but I didn't. So yeah, thanks guys.